How's it going, guys? Today I have a kind of a different video than I usually upload. This is not a clear guide. Please do not think I'm making a clear guide here. This is more of a weird attempt at trying something that I have a weird idea on. So it all begins from older annihilations, the previous one actually. You know how I uploaded this video where the auto screwed me over with my annihilation run? And I had this idea where if I use only automatic skills or skills that are permanent, like Blaze skill 2 and Thorn skill 3, Mountain skill 2, these kind of skills, does that mean, and I don't have to alter my operator like deployment time, anything like that. I just have to care about the order where I put down the operators, and I don't have to fidget them around at all like that. Maybe my run will be stable AF and I don't have to worry about me leaking anymore. So this is the attempt, right? As you can see, I've cleared this annihilation several times, but this is actually using a more effort kind of a clear through. This is my first ever like completely hands-off kind of a play. Not completely, you know, I have to play some operators, but you get the idea. So here's my team. I actually have used a lot of these in my Chinese version run, like Ifrit, AFLA, both skill 2s, which are both automatic only. Thorns, Weedy on skill 2. My Chinese account had Weedy skill level 7 and it still worked, so this is a pretty good idea, I would say. Lapland for sure, but I am using Mountain and Saria's skill 2 for the first time. Also, I'm using Telopsis. Even though she doesn't have a skill that is automatic, I'm just not going to use her skill, I'm just using her talent. And W skill 2 is also a first attempt kind of thing. Both of my Vanguards will be skill 1 because I just don't want to bother clicking into them and then click activate skill. And I have a last empty slot because I just don't know who I want to bring. So that's that. Let's begin. So I would say the key concept of this run is just that there are the drones coming from the top and the bottom that throws these like ice bomb things. Those are the two things that I want to avoid hitting my main melee operators. So I don't want it to hit Lapland nor my Weedy because there are these like huge katana guys that kills you really easily if you have like, if you're frozen. And this device already chills them. The bomb will just make it worse, like immediately freeze them. So that's the one thing I want to avoid. And thankfully, I do have space on top and bottom that will not be affected. Is there going to be a device thing? I think there is. I don't remember. Maybe not. But either ways, if I put them on the top and the bottom, one slot ahead, most likely the drones will target the range operators rather than my ground operators, which is the goal here. So Telopsis is mainly there just for one thing, and that's giving my Ifrit more SP regen, and that is about it. Over here I'm going to put down W, because I mean it pretty much covers the range where Weedy can hit with her skills, so that is pretty perfect, I would say. So AFLA is here, so when the drone comes from the right, it will see my AFLA earlier than my Saria. So hopefully this will bait the drone bomb, and that should be perfect. And then I should be able to put down Ifrit now. So there is this old strategy that I used to take, and I'll show you guys a bit later. But first of all, let's retreat both of my Vanguards because I'm that confident in my strategy. This should be a perfect run, and then Mountain skill activated. So that is about the operator placement. Here's just going to be chit-chatting, so if you want to skip ahead, I will leave a timestamp down below where more important things actually happen. So for the rest of us, oh, let me activate this Thorn skills. So this run is actually quite similar to my original Chinese account run, to be honest with you guys. Obviously, I had different vanguards because I was more tryhard and my average operator like level isn't as high. I don't have that many M3s. I don't have W at all. I actually used Exia instead. I didn't bring Saria. I was using Silver Ash to cover my damage as well. But this time around, it should be a lot more easier since I don't have to like be worried about having to bait the drone damage, having to activate Silver Ash skill. And there's actually one extra thing that I will show you guys real quick when we get an enemy coming from the left lane. I'll show you guys real quick. But yeah, this time it should be a lot more chill. I can really just AFK, you know, and just see how things turns out. But yeah, hopefully this will be a stable run. I think it should be a stable run. If this can finish itself, this should be a perfectly stable run, and I don't have to worry about, oh, this run was off by a few frames, so auto is going to screw me over like what happened last time around. W is really a good operator to have in these kind of situations. Her mine is incredibly OP when you have the extra space for her to put down the mines. There's actually the whole ice theme of this annihilation is actually the hardest bit, since once you get frozen, you will get easily like taken down by those huge katana guys. So as you can see here, Weedy pushing the spiders away and then Lapland just silencing them makes this a lot more easier. Obviously, the mage can be annoying, but the range is their weakest point. And Weedy's damage can be real high as well. See, over 2,000 attack. She's more than capable in taking down most enemies, especially when they're coming through this one tiny little square. By the way, Weedy is AoE, if you didn't know. Here I'm just really waiting for the left lane to see. I think there's a caster that is coming down to the left lane. I want to show you guys a neat strategy with Weedy that can really save you if you don't have mountain. That is like, you know, just auto regenerating HP. You can do it with like a vanguard like Miedo as well, which makes this run a lot more easier. And it actually involves Weedy as well. I think you guys can already guess. The little water cannon thing that she has is super good in this annihilation. It's just that you have to make sure the timing is perfect, which is a bit annoying. So when I say perfect, it's not like it has to be perfectly on point. It's that you want to deploy the cannon a bit earlier and then retreat it a bit later. So once the enemies are pushed down, you don't immediately retreat it because, I don't know, maybe the game will be like, oh, it's a frame different this time around, and the auto just screws you over. More spiders. Yeah, as you can tell, this is pretty much the perfect anti-spider run. So one of these comes through, I can easily just put down the cannon. Usually I would do this, is just wait for it to come here and I'll put down the cannon and it just gets pushed in. The perfect thing about the cannon is that the cooldown actually perfectly fits the rate the enemies come. So if you do it right, you actually don't have to invest in another operator here. You can just put down your vanguards and they will do the trick as well. So you can actually minimize this down to a 10 operator run easily, just like that. But that is besides the point. I want this to be as brain dead as possible. So mountain here is definitely the easiest thing to do. The casters are the same, but they are a bit heavier, so it actually takes 2 push from the cannon. And I'll show it here real quick. So as you can see, the mage is coming down, coming down, coming down. I'll put the cannon down as well. 1 push, 2 push. You might think that is the corner that's getting the mage stuck. It's not. It's just that the mage are just a tiny bit heavier, and it actually takes 2 pushes. It would be the same if I put it 1 square below and there's no like corner to get the mage stuck. It would do the same thing. It's always 2 pushes. So that is pretty much my old way of clearing it. Now this time around, I obviously have mountain, blocks 2, hits 2 at the same time. So like the left side is completely free for me. And I have these vanguards just sitting here doing nothing. Well, they probably can't do anything anymore because I can't deploy them anymore, can't I? But I'm confident in this run. I'm confident in my strategy that this will work out perfectly. My Weedy is like super strong. And yeah, Mountain can just take them out easily just like that. So yeah, this is an easy run. Have we seen the drone yet? Yes, here are the drones. So these drones, as long as they get baited by my Ifrit and Ayafella, this would be the perfect run. Since as long as they don't hit my Weedy and Lapland, they won't be frozen. And just like that. See, this is perfect. Saria getting the chill effect actually doesn't matter because there is nothing else that can apply another level of chill on her, so she will never be frozen. The same with Weedy. As long as it doesn't hit Weedy, just this device alone cannot freeze them. So this is like, I can already tell this is a perfect run. I will not lose. Like, I'm so confident I can just AFK now. So if you guys want to check out the ending, you can skip to the ending, I guess. But yes, this is actually a very good run. And obviously, if you want to, you can add in another operator if you wish. Like, you can add in another range operator up the top or down the bottom lane and just speed the process up a little bit, I guess. But this run is actually very stable now, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. This is perfect. See, AFL is doing a good job as well. The one thing I can probably change, but I wouldn't, is probably where Saria is. Because if I put Saria 1 block behind, I don't even need Mountain. I can just deploy any DPS operator, like I can put down Blaze as well, and Saria can heal my Blaze at that range, which will make this run even easier, even if you don't have Mountain and you only have Blaze. And that's the reason I can, like, I'm just bringing Mountain because it's a bit of a trust grind as well, and it's free, so why not? So putting Saria 1 slot back and then bring anyone else will do the job. Doesn't have to be Blaze. It can be like Silver Ash skill 1 would do the job as well. Also, you can try maybe Hoshiguma. I think Hoshiguma's skill 2, reflecting enemy attack, would do very well as well in that situation. Also, she blocks 3, so she has like all the time to kill them one by one. And yes, you can utilize the push strategy as well in that case. So there's a lot of flexibility around this strategy. And like I said, Exia rather than W. I haven't tried other snipers, but I would say maybe other snipers would do the same job. Like Meteorite skill 1 should do the same job. And I don't think Telopsis is necessary. She's just there so that Ifrit has her skill charge all the time. So yes, it is very nice that I didn't put Ayafella to the right, or else this device plus the drone will easily freeze up my Ayafella and she will actually do less when she's frozen. So yeah, putting her on this lane is actually perfect. Now, these you might think that are very strong, like tanky shields. These are very weak when you have Ifrit on the field, so not that big of a problem. Ifrit and Ayafella will, especially Ifrit, will always carry in most annihilations. We are actually getting a new annihilation in CN very soon as well, so I'm expecting Ifrit to make an appearance over there as well. Oh, that mountain was very close. So yes, mountain is not the best choice there. Mountain is definitely not the best choice there. I would rather bring Blaze if your mountain is not level 90. That is very bad. Very, very bad. I might need to reconsider this run after this. I'll probably change it to Blaze and have Saria a bit behind. This part I'll actually leave in the video when, like, I'll leave a timestamp down below so you guys, like, so people can see it. Like, it actually shows the point where why I don't prefer mountain most of the time. I want to trust mountain. I want to trust the operators, but in this case he's just not the best, especially if he's not level 90 and M3. So if your mountain is not 90 M3, don't do it this way. That really scared me. And having all of these... Oh, this is looking very bad. I might need my last cannon to solve some problems for me here. Yes, this is actually a lot more scarier than I expected. I'm going to change this run right after this recording and change that mountain to Blaze or another block 3 that can actually deal damage. Actually, yeah, it's Blaze or Spectre. I think Spectre does the job as well, but definitely not Mountain. Mountain is not the one that you want to bring here. Very scary. Yeah, I don't want that clutch ever again. Thank God I left some extra DP at the start of the run, or else this would be a very horrible run. But in general, the rough right side of the screen, like except for the most left lane, everything else is really stable. So I'm really happy with the run. It's just the most left side is the biggest problem. And here's the final challenge, right? You get the drones, you get the red huge katana guys. What are these even called? Like touchy or something? I don't know. Double drones on both top and bottom. So that is very scary. This is the final challenge of this strategy. If we can make through this, I think this should be perfectly fine. And Mountain is stuck on the ice plus the mage. That's one of the other reasons that I would actually want to bring Blaze, because she has resistance. So her... Wait. It's only the first 15 seconds of her deployment, hey. Ignore that. Does Blaze have resistance throughout the whole run or just the first 15 seconds? I can't recall. Obviously, if I put Mountain up here, that would be the same. Like, it would do a better job because there is no devices affecting him over there. But as you can see, it is still a risk that you're taking when you're using Mountain. And I would genuinely prefer to use Blaze. But that's the run. Thanks for watching, guys. This is a really scuffed run, I must say. So I'll keep my old record and I would actually change this new run a bit more. As you can see, I actually used F8 there just to push the enemies down. If you want to, you can do that as well. Actually, that is a very good way of doing it. Everything else looks rather similar, but the strategy is actually a little bit are very different. I actually used my vanguards to the most right side of the screen to bait the drones before, but that wasn't like the most enjoyable thing. It was a lot of effort, but at least it's more stable than the newest one, I must say, so I'll keep that one. Hopefully you learned something or found something useful in this video, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!